Evening everyone, it's Ross here again with my latest Risdiplam or Evrysdi update. So today is day 13, so just come up to 2 weeks on the drug. Thought I'd do an update because I haven't done one for a few days. So different position, I'm not in front of my blinds tonight because I asked a young whippersnapper what I need to do for videos and he said I have a more interesting background. So the background is me in Kiev a few years ago at a Champions League final, which felt quite topical with the news today, but enough about football, or for any of our American friends, soccer. So what has happened in the last kind of few days? So the headaches that I were getting in terms of the side effects, they touch wood for the last, I guess, 72 hours, 3 days. So Sunday, Monday, today's Tuesday, they seem to have disappeared. I don't seem to be getting them. The only time I get a slight twinge in my head is when I'm trying to do some sort of physical exertion. So I think that's a real positive. As I mentioned in my previous video, I've had coming up to just under 2 weeks off work. And I've just been focusing on doing exercise every single day. I'm going to interject some other videos in between me talking here. So you'll see some exercises, but I bought some new elastic sort of resistance bands that I've been hanging over my hoist, trying to get some sort of, take the gravity off my arms to do some exercise. I've been doing arm curls, and I've started to see some very small gains from the Risdiplam, and I'm not now thinking it's placebo. I'm convinced that some of the things I'm seeing are definitely down to this amazing drug. So where do we start? So first thing I've noticed is my circulation is massively improved. I mean, today my feet are really warm, my hands are really warm. I'm just generally feeling warmer and not so cold. One of the assessments, so when you go to get Risdiplam in the UK, you have to kind of go through I think it's called the Hammersmith scale assessment, where they basically try and baseline you so that in 6 months' time they get you to do the same assessment again to see whether there's been any progress or deterioration since taking the drug. And one of the things they ask you to do is take the lid off a Tupperware, with that BMPC, a Chinese takeaway box, if that's allowed to be said. But yeah, so you basically have to sort of undo that. I couldn't do that a week ago, and now I can. It takes a bit of effort. Doesn't come off first time. I quite have to put a lot of effort into it, but I can do that. Friday night, last Friday, I was in bed watching TV, having my final sort of cup of tea for the night, and my carer kind of would usually sort of hold the cup and give me the tea. I don't like drinking from a straw. I think it tastes weird, so I generally ask someone to help me drink from the cup or the mug. And I just put my hands out and, with supported pillows under my arms, tried to hold it, and I thought, God, this could be disastrous, but I managed to drink my tea that day myself. And then Saturday morning I had 2 cups of tea and another cup of coffee and did it myself. I went swimming on Sunday night for the first time in well over 400 days because of COVID. I did 8 lengths of the sort of smaller end of the pool, so maybe 160 metres, which took me about 35 minutes with a small break in between. I still had 25 minutes left of the swim session, but my arms were like jelly, and I had to drive home in my adapted car, and I was already thinking, God, this is going to be tough work, so I stopped there and didn't overdo it. Yesterday I had my personal trainer on Monday, so again, some more physical exercise. What else? I've made some notes. I'm just trying to look at my notes, and I'm being really real here and not showing this is all staged. So driving is much easier. Tonight I had a go at trying to eat a kiwi myself, and actually, again, sorry, I just missed something. So I managed to eat a kiwi from a bowl last week myself in bed, and tonight, with no support from a pillow, I struggled and did it, but then with a little bit of pillow under my arm, I was able to feed myself a kiwi. So maybe steak and chips is next thing to try, something a bit more interesting. And yeah, kind of what I'm trying to do is revisit the assessment things that they assessed me, so that in 6 months' time, when I go to this assessment, hopefully I completely smash it. My carer's arms are aching now for holding the screen. So I'm going to try and wrap things up to a close. But I think I want to leave with a kind of like just a recap. So yeah, the drug is definitely working. Circulation, hand strength, bit of arm strength. Things are definitely slowly and steadily improving. But I had my physio assessment today, which I have once a year at Addenbrooke's. I'm 42 this year, and I know some people, once they get to sort of like 19, 20 in the UK, they drop off the NHS system and don't bother seeing a neurologist for their spinal muscular atrophy. I've always continued to see somebody. I don't want to drop off the system, and I think by not dropping off the system is how I've got on this drug. But I go and have my physio sort of assessment every year just to see like how things are changing, and there has been a gradual decline, and that's a weird and not very nice thing to see. But we went today and we just spoke about different exercises I could try, and we made we were generally chatting, and I think this kind of advice is to kind of mothers and fathers of younger children with SMA. What my physio said to me today is, my mum, and my dad, but my mum mainly, she basically never let me have SMA. She always made me try and be a normal child, and made me do my exercises, made me walk until I could no longer walk, made me feed and dress myself until I could no longer do those things. So whatever level of ability your child has got, don't stop them, encourage them, drive them forward every day. I watch videos from a lady called Lucy Frost in the UK, and her son has had Risdiplam for a while, and you can see that she's the driving force behind him, and as a parent you need to do that. And then if you're an adult watching this video, again, some of my friends with SMA, they're not going to take this drug particularly seriously. I can't tell you what to do, I can only encourage you, but your muscles are not going to turn on just by taking some drugs. If you want to kind of see things progress, if you want to try and remain some form of independence, you're going to have to work at it. Whatever that work looks like for you, you really need to do it. And also things like my legs still go reasonably straight because I do my stretches twice a day. Yes, it takes me time. Yes, there's wonderful things I'd rather be doing, but equally having straighter legs enables me to be more comfortable throughout the day. It enables me to be more comfortable at night. So do your exercises, do your stretches, do whatever you can to kind of sustain what quality of life you've got. Maybe a bit of a kind of somber note to end on and being serious, but that's my advice for you. And equally, if there's anything in this video, any comments, any feedback, please share. Hit the like button. Please subscribe to my updates. Probably not going to do now one for another week because my particular carer who likes doing the videos is having a week off, so I'll probably give it a bit of a break for a week, and hopefully there might be some progress when she comes back. So thanks everyone, thanks for watching, have a good evening, bye bye.